Hi everyone. I'm Vone Kevitz, knit and crochet designer for one-of-a-kind makers who dare to be original. And oh my gosh, I think I'm live. I had to set up. You guys, what a morning. Seriously, it was a tough one. Um, I set my alarm I'm just trying to make sure I'm live. I set my alarm to get up and I am live. Awesome. Oh, how's that? I am live. And I found the video. Oh, what's that? Actually, I just want to mute it. I don't want to pause it. Okay, so yeah, I set my alarm and I slept, got up early this morning to let the dogs out, and then went back to sleep knowing that I had the safety of my alarm, and got up at like 30 minutes ago. And I was like, it is way too bright to be 6:30. I'm like, what is going on here? So I was like, and my alarm didn't go off at 7 yet. So like, but it is really bright as I'm rolling and debating this. And I'm like, looked over, I'm like 8:30. Oh my God. So this is me with washed hair, and I wanted to try to be on exactly 9, but that was just nearly impossible by the time I got everything done that I needed to. And just to mention this whole technology business is insane. So I'm going to minimize this. I want to make sure if anybody joins me that I see them. Otherwise, I'm going to start. So the title of today's topic is We Grow from the Roots, Not the Fruits. And it's a concept that I came across a while ago. And I just thought it was so fitting because, you know, the saying, the fruits of our labor, we're always we always look at the outcome, and we're either happy or we're sad about the outcome. And if it doesn't meet our expectations, we want to fix the outcome. And I think everybody spends their energy on the outcome of something, but they never look at the roots unless you're a real farmer. The true farmers, the ones that actually make their livelihood out of the fruits of their labor, they know that when you're picking the fruits and judging the fruit, there's nothing to be happening like from that. That is what it is. The only way they can solve their problem if they were not happy with this set of fruits is to go to the root, look at the problem, which is the soil and the seeds and the watering, that all the techniques that went into the growth of that fruit so that they would have a good fruit the next round. And I just thought it was an interesting concept because I don't grow plants. My parents have green thumbs and my sister has a green thumb, but I do not have a green thumb. And so when I heard that concept, I just thought it was so good. And I'm like, that's what we need to do. And that's essentially what we do. Like, if you're not happy with an outcome, if something like you're not happy with your the way your marriage is, your relationships, if you're not happy with the way you look physically, if you're not happy with the job that you're in, like all the situations, if you're not happy with the outcome of what you're making, actually makers might know, because if you're not happy with the outcome, you look at how you start and you focus on that. But that's like it all stems from personal development, from from your habits and your rituals. And that's why I focus so much on habits and rituals, because I started realizing that I want to change. I want to change so much on so many different things in my life to improve my life. But change didn't like come easily because I kept falling back into my old habits. So my health quest. I wanted to be healthier and I wanted to uh, be stronger and improve my immune system. And I would tell myself for the day that I will eat better, I will exercise, I will sleep more. And then 2 days later, I'm starving and I want all my bad foods again. I want all my non nutritious foods again because it was a habit that I have. And and fixing the fruit like wasn't gonna be I'm at the okay guys, I'm working on this is my latest bag that I'm working on, but I've put it down for a while. So that was another quest of mine is I'm trying to I am trying to do finish my whips. So I'm on a quest to finish my whips. So basically, I just have projects all over the place that I've started and never stopped. That's another thing that I was doing that I start things. I'm a great starter. I startitis. I'm a great starter because I love all the ideas. But to finish and follow through on something has been such a feat of mine, especially when I'm on my quest of personal development and trying to fix my life and improve my life and it starts with my habits, and one of my habits is to not finish things, to start things and not finish. And so that's why it was so important for me because I'm starting these live videos at 9 o'clock on Saturdays, and we're on my third week now, and I could have easily just chucked it to, oh, I'll make it 10, I'll make it whatever for more convenience for me. But it was also important for me to know, try my very best to make it the 9 because that's what I started at and that's what I want to build a consistency on. And and so and I want to follow through on this. I see myself, I'm not sure like and truthfully, I want to set a time like right now to be making with you guys on my YouTube channel and so that I'm available so that if you guys want to come and join me, you can. If you want to come share with me what you're making, you can. If you want to come and ask questions about knit and crochet, if you want to ask questions about a certain pattern you're working on, or if you're not even a knitter or crocheter and you have your own Etsy shop and you want to bounce ideas off of a biz bestie, come on over and tap my brain a little bit. I love a good challenge, so I thought that's a great feature for live, and that's what I just wanted to be. I just wanted to show up for this community and let you guys know that I'm here at this time. And if you have any questions, hop on by. The other time that I do go consistently live with is Monday mornings at 6 a.m. for Monday Morning Motivation with Sarah Price at the Pampered Treasures. And the reason why we do that, we started that is because I had a creative interview with her, and we had such a great like hour of chatting and sessions and talking about business and bouncing ideas off of one another that we were like, oh my gosh, I need to start my week with you every week. And I just thought, why don't we? Why don't we start? What's stopping us from starting our weeks together to connect and to refocus our brain to try to pursue a good life? And I was like, let's do that. Let's meet once a week. And then I had this genius idea because I know a lot of makers that are newbie entrepreneurs. And I was like, well, who don't have access to, being closer that are too shy to, reach out to reach out to other people for help, that I was like, why don't we film our meetings and go live about it and show people what it looks like, and I thought so I was like, let's do it, and the only time I could do it was like 6 a.m. in the morning because I do have a day job. So I was like, okay, let's go live at 6 a.m. every Monday morning and show people what ordinary women trying to do extraordinary things look like at the beginning of the week. And that's what we do. And we ended up loving it. And it's one of the great things that, not that I love being live, like, at 6 a.m. on Monday. I love the fact that I can start my week with good intentions. And that's a root foundation, by the way. See, so because what we would do is we would start off really good by ourselves, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and then somewhere along the line life gets hard and you fizz out. And the next thing you know, it's Friday and I've done nothing for the VK shop. And I'm like, I've created nothing, I've produced nothing. And all of a sudden, I'm like, where did the time go? What happened? And and ever since we've been meeting regularly at Monday mornings at 6 a.m. and going live, and knowing that I have to show back up on Monday morning to report what I've been doing, like it's had some kind of accountability on me, and it's motivating me to continue and to keep going, and to remind myself what's important. And so, and we have a couple of regular viewers that are joining us who is seeing that same um, results. They're feeling re-energized, they're feeling reinvigorated, because they're and feeling motivated to pursue uh, a better path for themselves, because they started watching us and joining us on it, and being on that same quest with us, and being on that same quest with themselves. And and I was like, this is really working. And I was like, it was working for Sarah and I, and then to see viewers, it working for viewers too, just because. And it's not just about like jumping on with us, it's just about showing up for yourself. So doing things to motivate you. And we just happen to be two people that are on that same topic. You know what I mean? If we don't motivate you, find something that does. If I'm not motivating you, find somebody that does. But don't let that don't let that die out. Like, don't ignore that. And so, that's what I do. I have mentors, so many mentors throughout my uh, career path here in this creative world, that have I started off with following certain people and being inspired. I started off following Terry, I think, I can't even think of her name, Terry Savelle Foy, I think. And she had a video about clean up and clean out on YouTube. And it just motivated me to basically clean my house up and declutter, and and get rid of things. And so I cleaned out all my space. There was so much junk back here. This bookcase did not exist. Like, this whole studio shelf didn't exist. This dining room was filled with clutter and everything. And it just and I was not happy, because my living, your outside world is a reflection of your inside world. So if you're not happy with what's out there, what you see out here, it's because something inside is messed up. Something inside is not right. And so that's the outside world is always a reflection of the inside world, which is still the same concept as, growth comes from roots, not the fruits. We always focus on the outside, and we want to fix the outside. But if you don't fix what's inside, the outside will always manifest itself back out again. And, and that's why when it came to my health, even though it was easy for me to say, yeah, I want to eat right and exercise and sleep more, and do all the things that I know is healthier for my body, I had habits and stories that I was telling myself, that and lies that I've been telling myself, that weren't true and weren't serving me, and holding on to it, and bad habits like non-nutritious foods that I know are slowly killing my insides, and therefore my health is the manifestation of the outside, is the fruit. That's something's really wrong, you know. And so that's why I took courses to learn how to fix my eating habits, and to educate myself on what nutritious food is, and what nutrition does to our body, good and bad, and continue to educate myself. And that's me learning, going from the root, going back to the roots of things. So that was just a concept I wanted to share and chat with you guys about today. If any of this resonates with you, please leave in the comment. Turns out, and it turns out that I'm like popping on these things with like one or two viewers or none. And then eventually people catch up and watch me later because either I'm not at the right time for anybody, or they just haven't found me yet, or know that I'm doing this, that I'm here live every Saturdays at 9. And so they haven't known to come join me yet. But when they do, I will be here. And if you are watching this and see this, please leave a comment and say hi to me, just so that I know that you stopped by or that you caught this. I love connecting with other makers and other creators. And that's essentially my entire online world, is connecting with makers. And so I just want to see everything is still good. So do you guys want to see what I'm working on? I have so many projects. So there's so many things going on creatively. This week I woke up like this week I have been awakened. My inner creativity and my business entrepreneurship has been awakened. I've been trying to awaken this part of me for a long while, because I had taken such a long break from my health that I have been struggling on coming back. I've been struggling on like creating again and making again, probably for all the reasons why I try so hard at encouraging other makers to pursue a creative lifestyle, whether they monetize it or not. It's just that they continue to create, or that they pick something and create and pursue what's in their heart. And even though I had it in my heart, and even though I pretend to pursue it, I was not. And but this week something happened that I found out. Two of my friends that I am close with had started their own business, and it just reawoken something in me, and it reminded me why I started my business, why I started my Etsy shop, why I was doing all this. I got sidetracked from the making world because I started meeting so many amazing creatives that I feel like, instead of like making and pursuing like improving my Etsy shop, I wanted to help improve people while I was trying to improve myself. And that quest just became a bigger deal. Then all of a sudden my Etsy shop became like my side business became an even more side, because my bigger passion was uh, helping people, or coming, like improving their lives like I was. And so I feel like I get distracted in both ways. So use I use Instagram to originally make like a lookbook of all the things that I made, so, and to show you what's in my shop. And then eventually, like, I started building a community on Instagram, and then started sharing, like, okay, there's a lot of people that need, like, that are feeling the way I'm feeling. So if I tell them how I'm making it better, how I'm improving, or what paths I'm doing to pursue, um, uh, to share it. And then I found that a lot of people like related to it, and then they started resonating more with that. So all of a sudden, instead of my client base being trying to find people who want to buy knit and crochet items, I ended up um, working more with, or gravitating towards makers. And that's why I do those creative interviews, because I gravitate towards them. I want to pick their brains and and learn from them. And then I film it to share it with everybody else, because if I'm learning something, I know other people get value from it. And if you ever read the comments on those creative interviews, you'll see that there are people getting value from it just as much as I do. And that's why I pursue it harder. And so, and that's why I do this. And let's see, about 15 minutes strong. So I'm going to hang on for a little bit more. I don't see anybody hopping on. But if you have any if you have any questions about that concept, about growth comes from roots, not from the fruits, that's basically personal development. That's working on yourself. So if you're not happy with the outcome of anything, work on work from the inside, work from the beginning. The solution's always at the beginning of the path. Just like when we make a project and we're not happy, we have to investigate right from the beginning. Where do we start? And then opposed to like, what can we do afterwards? When it's afterwards, it's too late. All you can do is fix and prevent the next situation. That's another thing. When we hit adversity, you can go along and do things, and um, you're chugging along, and you think, and then all of a sudden something happens, and you get knocked down, and and things don't go your way, and life gets a little hard, and things get a little hard. Um, do you quit? Do you give up? Do you run away? Do you coil back to your old habits, or do you like fight through and you break through it, and then you pick yourself up? If you fall, you just pick yourself up and continue, and we get one life, one shot at this. you know I come up passionately stronger now because I'm 41. My beginning part of my life, I've I don't have time to waste anymore. Where when I was in my 20s, I'm a procrastinator by nature. So in my 20s, I was just like, oh, I got plenty of time. I got plenty of time. In my 30s, I was like, I got time. Well, now I feel like at 40, I'm like, I don't have time. If I don't stop now, if I don't stop what I've been doing, that were not serving me, and I don't start like doing the things that I want to do, like the things that are really in my heart, the things that I want to pursue. If I don't start that now, it's only going to get harder, and now's the time to start. And so that's why for the past, if you watch my account for the past 2 years, I went from learning to knit and crochet and improving as a knitter and a crocheter. I started reading developmental books and learning how to be a better version of myself, and how to improve my brain, and how to improve my health, how to improve my sleep, how to improve my interactions with other humans, like 7 habits of highly effective people. How to get my message across, so that it doesn't so that I can express myself the way I want to be expressed, and be received the way I hope to be received by others. I found myself I found myself on that quest better than pursuing my craft. But the crazy thing is as I was doing that, my craft just got better, because the fruit is the product that I'm producing, like my creativity. But doing the work on myself is what manifests that creativity. It's what fuels the growth. It's what unblocks my brain. It's what, you know, and and it seems like a far cry, because in the beginning I used to just learn how to knit and crochet. I would like delve into all kinds of stuff on my craft, but I started realizing that that part of me um, is like untapped territory. But the only way to get it is to improve my thinkings. What are the things that are blocking me from making these amazing creative masterpieces, or executing these masterpieces that I'm perfectly capable of. you know uh, and so that's the concept that I'm sharing with you guys, is that. And if you guys are on any of that quest, if any of this resonates with you, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear um, what you guys are working on, or how you're improving yourself. And so that's that. So I'm so glad that I made myself got on here, and I'm so glad that I didn't pers- postpone it. And then next week I will do a better job at being on time because I will be way more careful than I was last night with setting my alarm. I have so many alarms to go off to remind me to when to go live on these weekly lives, to go live on Monday morning lives. And then I have my regular weekday alarm. I should have started a weekend alarm, but didn't, and I didn't. And so all of a sudden I set up the wrong alarms and I just took it for granted. 1/32 of taking something for granted, and the next thing you know, you've overslept. But I'm back on track. I'm sitting down here with you. I got my project in my hand. If you're wondering what I'm working on, so you guys know I started off with making one-of-a-kind scarves, and I've ventured slowly into making handbags and accessories. And I have a scarf idea that is bigger and grander than anything I've ever pursued, and I'm like super fired up to finally take the quest to execute it. But next week I have a project that I have to do a project this week that's due next week. It's due on Sunday actually, for my nephew, and so I'm gonna buckle down and do that this week. So follow me on Instagram if you guys want to see what I'm working on there. I'll be able to share it with you. Maybe not as publicly until after, depending on how, depending on if my brother stalks me. I don't want him to see my the gift that I'm making my little nephew for his first birthday. But I want to do that. And then once I accomplish that, then I'm going after my big scarf. Now there's that startitis coming back at you guys. So there's that startitis coming back. But um, so that's why when I'm doing these things, I can sit here and do mindless work. And this is just a project I happen to pick up from the back shelf there because I was running late. Otherwise, I would have like really started something. So if you guys want to follow along with that, maybe I'll end up doing it with you. Maybe I can share with you what I'm doing or what I'm working on and get your opinions and thoughts. So come back here, join me next Saturday, all right, at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to subscribe to this channel so that and hit the bell notification so that you'll get an alert to let you know that I am live, and hopefully I will be on time and not 10 minutes late like I was this morning. All right. Until next time, God bless. Bye.